peoples. Pimp Pokemon Master 1904. Sorry about the background noise. I'm watching the San Diego Chargers win. But anyways, um, I'm bringing you guys another Pokemon Battle TCG video. This one's a little special because it's another league challenge that I ran. It's the Delphox SouthBay Pokemon League Challenge. Um, Another special thing about this tournament is the first tournament in San Diego with the new format of Boundaries Crossed onward with the latest set of Furious Fist. So a lot of people getting to try out their decks to see if they are just hype or if that deck actually has some potential. On our left we got Joshua Aaron playing one of the new decks that are coming with this new standard format of Lucario, Landorus, Mewtwo, Garbodor. And on our right, we got the winner of our last league challenge, the Chestnut League Challenge, Tyler Bradley. He is running Plasma Donphan. So that's going to be an interesting deck with the new cards in our in the new format. So there's going to be a lot of new cards because of the new meta, a lot of new decks because of the new meta, and so this should be interesting. There's some top contenders out there right now, but we'll see how they do. So Tyler's mulligan. I think it's like his third time. So let's see if he can get a basic on his next shot. Trying to fix up the camera a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little louder. Hello? Yeah, there we go. Sound a little louder now. You hear me a little better. Alright. So, yep. Alright, he looks like he got a basic. 6 prizes. To win, you gotta take down that pyramid. Alright, looks like Tyler's starting with 2 Fanfies. Mr. Aaron is starting off with Lucario. And the new Landorus, the baby Landorus, that is essentially baby Eviltal with 10 less damage for its attack. So Tyler starting off with attaching a strong energy and an N. Strong energy lets you do an extra 20 damage to your opponent's active with as long as it's attached to a fighting Pokemon. And then he put down a Fighting Stadium. Now, Fighting Stadium lets you do an extra 20 damage to your opponent's active EX Pokemon. So you guys got to make sure to read that one. A lot of people thought it was just a free extra 20 damage like a Muscle Band or Strong Energy, but it has to be EX that you're attacking to get that extra 20. So he puts down a Landorus, a Floatstone. Floatstone on the Trubbish is pretty good because Donphan, oh, there goes an N. Donphan has Spinning Turn, and its base damage, I believe, is 40. And what that does is lets you do your damage, and you switch onto your bench, and you bring up a new Pokemon to your active position. And people play Trevenant to shut off items. They put Snorlax so you don't retreat. They put sometimes Keldeo so you can rush and retreat on your next turn. So I've seen a whole bunch of different ways of playing this. I think the most popular is Trevenant and Snorlax. So let's see. So still Mr. Aaron's turn. Mewtwo, DC on that Mewtwo. Okay. So you can try to get them damage going. And a retreat. And he brings up Mewtwo. X-Ball does 20 times the number of energy attached to yours and your opponent's Pokemon. So that's 60. Luckily, Fanfi is a strong little dude, and he's 80 HP, so he survives that by 20. So there goes an Ultra Ball, discarding a Keldeo. And I believe, I think it's an Energy Search, but I'm not quite sure. And he takes out a Donphan. Now, Donphan, like I said, has for 1 energy does Spinning Turn. And Spinning Turn is a base damage of 40. 40 plus the Strong Energy, that's now 60. Plus Fighting Stadium, Now you're at 80. If you had a muscle band, that's 100. So you're two-shotting almost all EXs except the Megas. So that's pretty cool. So I believe he tried to use roller skates, got the tails. So what can he do now? He's gonna computer search through is that 2 Trevenants? Wow, threw a 2 Trevenants there. Pretty risky play. Not sure how many he runs in his deck. So, and he does. Oh, he reveals it anyways, but he doesn't have to. And plus, his hand was empty, so no way of deceiving your opponent, anyways. So he Junipers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There goes a Fanfi. Not a Fanfi. Phantump, I think it's pronounced. Another strong energy to the bench. Fanfi. Sacred Ash to get back them Trevenants. And the Kelvio. So Tyler's having a nice, strong second turn here. Yeah, okay. He could. I see an Ultra Ball. He could Ultra Ball, but nope. He decides to go ahead and do spinning turn, and I believe that does 80, and brings up a Phantom. So nice 80 damage. Pits Mewtwo down to, what is it, 90? So Mewtwo has 90 left. Muscle Band onto Landorus and a Juniper. So I believe the reason people run Mewtwo in this deck is because a lot of people are starting to play Mewtwo as a counter for Lucario. Lucario has that psychic weakness. So if you punch in pit in a Mewtwo of your own with the DCE, and Lucario has 3 energies, you got that knockout. So he goes ahead, decides to attach a Muscle Band to Mewtwo and get the knockout. Oh, there goes another strong energy. So even if you don't need both energies to attach, it still does the 20 damage. So which is pretty cool. So essentially, it's like having a muscle band without having a muscle band. And he's going to spinning turn for the knockout. He evolved into Trevenant. And now Mr. Aaron cannot use any abilities. I mean, any item, sorry. But if he can get a Garbodor, he'll be okay. So, Mr. Aaron's thinking. Seeing what his possible so he retreats into Landorus, and he's gonna go ahead and land judgment. No, not land judgment. That's the second attack. Hammerhead. So with the muscle band, that does 50 and 30 to one of his opponent's bench Pokemon, and he does it to Donphan with the damage. Oh, there goes the float stones. And if Trevenant stays up there, he won't be able to get the item back onto Trubbish if he gets a Garbodor out. He can eventually knock it out with 2 more attacks on Trevenant because Trevenant's 110, so 2 more hammerheads, and he'll be able to get that KO. So I cannot see what's off to his left corner there. Unfortunately, sorry. But he probably evolved into a Donphan. Oh, there goes another energy onto that Donphan on the bench. But he has no way of retreating it out of the active position. And pretty much he's going to get a free shot onto Trevenant and the Donphan. So I believe that is Donphan already has 90 on it from Mewtwo 60 plus a Hammerhead of 30. So with one more land judgment, he could possibly get the KO. He can actually go for 2 prize turn. So essentially, and that's one thing about Donphan. It does all this damage, but it's only a 1 prize Pokemon if you knock it out. Not like an EX. Oh, sorry. So, I think Joshua sees that Mr. Aaron sees that he's building up Donphan for its Wreck attack. Wreck does 80 plus 60 more if there's any stadium car in play. So that's 140 because there is a stadium. So 140 plus the strong energies would be 160 and 180. And fight stadium 200. So he's going to get the knockout with it if he can somehow bring up that Donphan. So there we see it. He's going to Karina. He got the Float Stone with Karina. Decided not to get a fighting Pokemon. So essentially Karina was just a Skyla there. He's going to retreat. And he's going to go ahead and Wreck for 200. I believe that's a knockout. Yep. And it takes out the stadium in play. So that was a nice. So now Tyler's up 4 prizes when he needs to take 2 more. Donphan's probably going to get knocked out here with only having what is it, 20 HP left. I believe it's a 140 HP Pokemon. 130, sorry. So it's only alive by 10. So he's still rolling along here. And then he got another Donphan, 2 Donphans on the bench, ready to go. So Mr. Aaron, he end. So he's gonna get 5 and puts Tyler down to 2. So that's one thing with taking prizes super fast, is that you can get messed up with N. But Donphan only attacks for 1 energy, so it does not big of a deal. So he gets the knockout, but only 1 prize. Brings up Trevenant. Trevenant also only alive by 1. And he's going to end himself. So he's going to try to get 2 new cards here. And I guess none of the Donphans on the bench had energy. So must be a muscle band attached to the Donphan. Oh no, never mind. It does have the energy. Alright, so he got Silver Bangle. That's going to do 40 plus 30 from the Bengal, 70. And then strong energy. So 90, yes, 90. So it's a strong energy that's attached. And Mr. Aaron still has no items. So this plasma deck is looking really strong. And essentially, it's kind of like, oh, there goes the Lysander. Starling Megaphone. Get rid of those Floatstones and Silver Bengal. So this Donphan deck can be considered like a Seismitoad, but it hits harder. But you must get the Trevenant up. However, he used Corkscrew Punch, refresh his hand up to 6 until he has 6. However, what I was saying is that Trevenant's ability can be shut down with Garbodor, whereas Seismitoad EX, Quaking Punch, is an effect on the player and not on a Pokemon. So therefore, Garbodor won't shut it off. Retreating, your Pokemon won't turn it off. So pretty much you're stuck with it the whole turn. So there goes the Fight Stadium. Floatstone Retreat. Muscle Band. So that's game. So I believe that was Fighting Stadium for 20, 40, Spinning Turn 60, Muscle Band 80, and I believe that a Strong Energy, so 100 for the knockout. So that was a pretty cool game. Tyler's making a strong bid to repeat, try to take another league challenge here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next, this is round 1, so until round 2, later.